Hi, Bloody Recapped here. Today I'm going to explain about a sci-fi action movie, Real Steel. Keep your eyes open and stay focused. Charlie Kenton, one of the main characters, makes his way to the amusement park in his van, where, after a rowdy night, he wakes up in the morning with empty bottles of beer. He gets a call from Bill Panner, and Charlie calls him Jack and says he's about to pay back $30,000. Bill realizes that Charlie owes more than just him money and asks him to pay him back first, and Charlie pretends to lose the connection and hangs up. The girls come over and ask if it's ambush. Charlie shows them the robot in all its glory. When one of the girls pulls out her camera, Charlie asks for $5 for a picture, but the girls walk away. And even when he lowers the price to $2.50, they don't come back. He wonders how greedy kids are these days. Charlie's robot has a bullfight, but the deal was for an 800-pound bull, and Charlie resents that he's twice as big, so Ricky, the arena manager, comes over. He warns Charlie that if he fails to fight, he won't get $3,000. He also reminds him of the last time he took him down in the ring. Charlie decides to go all in, and offers a $20,000 bet to the winner of the fight. But Ricky warns him that if he doesn't give him the money, he'll dig him out of the ground, and Charlie replies that he has the money. It's in a safe in the trailer. Ricky introduces Ambush in the arena. He flaunts his strength to the audience, introducing his opponent, the silver medalist of the bullfight, Black Thunder. After the first attack, Ambush throws the bull, and after the second, he jumps him. But on the third time, he's already taken a powerful blow, and while Charlie is eyeing the girl from the stands, the bull pierces the robot's thigh, and ripping his leg off, he throws her into the bleachers. Ricky doesn't want to stop the fight. The bull has already knocked out the robot and has officially won. The girls in the stands drag the leg away. Charlie asks them to give it back, and the girls say it's only for $5. While Charlie quickly packs the robot into the car, he spots the men and mistakes them for debt collectors and quickly goes to drive, but immediately punches one of them in the face. It turns out to be the men who reported his ex-wife's death. They say they're here for his 11-year-old son, and Ricky is once again left without his money. Charlie arrives in town, his son Max Kenton sitting in the jury room. The aunt convinces the judge that she is willing to take Max into custody. The judge replies that the law requires the father to sign a waiver of support for his son, in which case it will go to them. He says Charlie is aware and they are expecting him. He arranges to buy a new robot because he has a big fight on Saturday. Charlie walks into the courtroom. Before signing the contract, Deborah asks to be with her nephew, and Charlie, seeing that the family is on the money, asks to go out to call a lawyer. But what he was really waiting for was Marvin, Darla's husband, pretending to talk to his lawyer. He demands $75,000 from him, or he will surrender his son to an orphanage. Marvin says he won't be able to give the money until August. Then Charlie demands $100,000, in which case he spends the summer with his son, supposedly reunification and guilt keeping Charlie alive. This is the version he has to tell his wife to get her to agree. And then Charlie gives up custody and gives Max to Darla. At the gym, a girl named Bailey rebukes Charlie for bringing robots into her house. And if he buys a new robot for $45,000 and still owes her $6,000, then he's in trouble. She tells him that a very rich man wants to buy her haul, and she has no choice because she has bills to pay. That's when Marvin shows up. He gives Charlie one envelope with the sum of $50,000. The second part will be after the summer, and then a second envelope with addresses and numbers. After talking to Deborah, they let Max out of the car. The conversation doesn't get going because Max is unhappy that his aunt and uncle are flying to Italy and that he has to be here and that he abandoned him as a child. Bailey demands money to give to the salesman for the robot. He gives the envelope, and Bailey, after meeting Max, is struck by how similar they are. Max finds out how much money Marvin gave Charlie and demands his cut, but Charlie replies that he spent every cent on the robot and angrily leaves. The container is pasted over with custom stamps from the most popular cities. Max comes to the gym, and Charlie tells Bailey that she will sit with him for a month, and then he will return him. Opening the container, there is a real polished noisy boy. It turns out that Max is a fan. Charlie scares Max by stepping forward a robot. Bailey says that he has voice control, and Charlie replies that the Brazilians most likely did it, because they are obsessed with voice gadgets. But the robot does not respond to Charlie's commands. He is angry, and Max gives the robot a command in Japanese, and everything works. Bailey leaves to change language adapters. The robot successfully works for Charlie's teams, and he is happy as a child. He asks her to help him load the robot into his car, and he goes for her money. When he is about to leave, Max takes the keys and makes a condition. Either he goes with him, or he will look for the keys in the sewers. Charlie agrees and Max gets into the car. They arrive at an underground robot fight, where Charlie bets against Maida's. The winnings are 50,000, winner takes all. Finn is the announcer, he announces the fight. Maida's is in the right corner, and Noisy Boy is the opponent. The fight begins. Our robot is throwing devastating punches, and he's almost winning. But in the middle of the fight, Maida's fights back and rips off Noisy Boy's arm, and soon gives him a knockout punch. Charlie taken him voice box and needs a new robot urgently, and Max calls him stupid because he doesn't think before he gets in the ring. He wasn't prepared for this fight, he was just yelling combinations that sounded cooler. Max asks him, will he throw it away again, like he always does what he doesn't need? And Charlie gets him in the car. On the way out they see Noisy Boy's head being welded to the main driveway. Charlie is happy that he was able to sell at least the head. They pull over on the side of the road. Charlie asks Max to wait in the car while he goes looking for parts, but Max already drank energy drinks and goes with him. They make their way to the industrial robot junkyard, where they make their way past the floodlights and come to a conveyor belt. Max finds useful parts, and Charlie tells him to be careful of the cliff behind him. Max says how far to fall there, and a landslide of mud falls with Max. He almost falls into a huge hole in which he would obviously die, but it is held by a robot hand. Charlie comes down and pulls him out. Max finds the whole robot and tells Charlie that he saved him and he will take him with him, but he is not going to help and leaves. At dawn, he pulls the robot on a cart and Charlie watches him, for which he immediately gets punched by Max. They return to the gym, where Bailey is not happy that he killed his last chance and brought her scrap metal. She says she used to love him and her father loved him like a son, but she's tired of putting up with him, so she asks him to stop fighting. But he asks her to see the last robot Max brought. She thinks he won't even make a move, but he turns out to have a shadow function, meaning he repeats and remembers the movements. Charlie asks Max to wash the robot because it stinks. Bailey gives Max the remote control and tells him how it works. Bailey obviously likes Max. As he washes it outside, he sees Adam's sticker. He goes back and calls his name and asks to let him fight other robots. Bailey tells him that this robot was made in 2014 for sparring, only taking punches. He can't attack, but Max asks to fight anyway. Charlie calls him a stubborn bastard. Bailey laughs and says surprise, hinting that Max is like Charlie in character. At night, while everyone is asleep, Max walks the streets with Adam, saying that he can trust him. In the morning, Max asks how long she has known Charlie, to which she replies that she has known him too long, and she shows a newspaper clipping of Charlie fighting a popular boxer. Charlie shows up and tells Max to pack up. They leave for the Atlantic in an hour. Bailey wants to apologize to Charlie for yesterday, but he stops her and says he's doing what she wanted. On the road, Bailey calls him, but he hangs up. They arrive in town and Charlie wakes Max up to look at the beauty. Max wonders if Zeus, the champion of all robots, here. Charlie asks Max to wait here until he finds Finn, and Max sees Zeus and his manager, who says that everyone Zeus sees in the ring he destroys. Max is thrown a Zeus scarf, which he is clearly happy about. Finn denies Charlie's funding and suggests he go to the zoo, a place where old robots fight. Outside, Charlie waits for Max after the fight and scolds him because he showed him where to wait, but he went to the fight. Max tells Charlie how fast Zeus took down another robot. Charlie says that tomorrow he will give the first and last fight to Max and Adam. The next morning, Charlie wakes up to Max's voice. He tells him that he stayed up all night washing and programming him for more punches, and Charlie calls him for breakfast. They arrive at a new place of battle, where Max agrees with the ringleader on the terms. If Adam lasts one round, he pays him $1,000, but if he falls, the ringleader takes Adam for himself. Before the fight, Charlie asks to control Adam. Max answers that it is his fight and asks not to interfere with him. The fight begins. Adam doesn't attack, just gets hit after hit, or dodges. Charlie advises him to move, as he has a speed advantage. The robot takes Adam in his grasp and strikes him with the hammer. Adam goes down. The stands cheer and start the countdown. Max yells at him and Adam gets up. The round is won. The ringleader says he'll double if he lasts another round. Charlie refuses, but Max agrees and tells Charlie it's time to go to work. At the beginning of the round, Adam dodges and delivers his crushing blow to the sky. His opponent crashes and goes down, and the ringleader gives the money to Charlie. The guy offers Charlie a fight on Saturday for $1,000 at once, $7,000 if they win, and they agree. They spend the night in a motel, and Charlie calls Bailey and tells him that Adam won, though he got a little bit off. Max is working on Adam in the van, and in the morning they are already practicing, but Max gets bored and decides to dance with Adam. Charlie sees this and he immediately turns off the music and tells him that he put a talking module in Adam and now he does voice commands. Max asks him to teach Adam to box, but he refuses, and Charlie gets the idea that as a personal chip they can dance at the beginning of the fight. It's a show. Max agrees, provided he teaches him how to box. At night Charlie goes out for a run and remembers his boxing days, and in the morning he teaches Adam boxing moves. Charlie and Max and Adam start training hard, getting better and winning fights, which means getting lots of money. The radio hosts even talk about them, telling them how he dances before a fight and delivers a quick flurry of punches to his enemies. Bailey opens an envelope from Charlie that says it's money with interest. They are crowd favorites, and after the fight they are invited to Virgin America, which is the arena where the league fights. While Max is setting up Adam, Charlie explains to him how to act in the big ring, and a man enters and invites them to see Link, Zeus' mistress. They arrive where she introduces them to Taki Mashido, who runs Zeus. Max and Charlie are shocked. She offers them $200,000 for the robot, but the offer is valid until the first ring. Charlie agrees, but Max declines and leaves. Charlie convinces Max to sell Adam, but Max asks him to think about it. Why is she giving so much money for their robot? So he's not like the others, and he decides not to sell. Adam's opponent will be the two-headed tyrant Two-Sidus, run by two men, each in charge of his side. The announcer introduces Adam, and Max comes out dancing. The referee announces the start of the fight. At first Adam gets hit away from two cities, but Charlie notices a weak spot. The right hand twitches as he strikes. Bailey cheers them on, and Charlie presses closer to the body of Two-Sidus and delivers a crushing blow. Before knocking him out, the audience cheers. Adam has won. Max runs out onto the stage and intercepts the microphone from the announcer, condemning Linkova for keeping the sport money by buying up robots. Max shouts that he calls Zeus to fight anytime. The audience supports Max. They take the money and go to the van, but Ricky shows up with the goons. Charlie allegedly gets twice the money and ready to give him, but he punched one of the goons and runs off grabbing Max. They are caught up beating Charlie, and taking Max's money they leave. At night, Charlie contrives, for Max's safety, to give him to her aunt, but Max begs to stay with him, and he takes offense and leaves to pack his things, and Charlie refuses to give up the other half of Martin's money. The aunt at the car tries to calm Max down, but she blames Charlie again and tells him to talk Max into going with them himself. When Max leaves, he says he wants him to fight for him and gets in the car with his aunt. And Charlie travels thinking about Max. He arrives at Bailey's and lies down next to her to sleep, and she is only too happy to see him. In the morning on the roof, she changes his mind and he decides to go after Max after all, and they kiss. Charlie says the 1,000-mile kiss was worth it. He arrives at Max's house and apologizes for everything, and near the end he backs off and Max sees Adam. Charlie says Zeus accepted his challenge, and his aunt lets Max go out for one night with Charlie. The hosts talk about how last night Taki Mashido called the fight a shame for Zeus to fight such trash. Charlie, Max and Adam arrive at the venue. Max asks Charlie if they can't win, and Charlie calmly replies we'll see. On the way out to the ring, the crowd cheers Adam on. Linkova watches on the sidelines, and outside Finn is collecting bets on Adam not making it to the end of the round 1-5. Ricky shows up and bets $100,000, which means he'll take $500,000 if he wins. A whole show is put on for Zeus where he epically jumps into the ring. Max and Charlie leave the arena. The fight begins. Adam is put down with the first blow to the head. After 3 knockdowns, he manages to get up, but gets hit in the head again and Zeus beats him up in the corner. But Charlie pulled himself together and threw a punch that knocked Zeus backwards, and Adam went on the attack. But Zeus is back in the fight and pins poor Adam in the corner, and before the crushing blow, the round ends. The bouncers come to Ricky, who is about to take off, and take him with them. And Charlie and Max fix Adam. Linkova is worried about what's going on, but Taki Mashido answers that Zeus is ready for anything, everything is under control. Adam manages to survive round 2, where he hits Zeus in the head. Round 3. Adam is knocked down, and Zeus is already clearly hurt. Adam gets up, he is repaired again, as if they have installed a will to win chip in him. Round 4. Adam's voice control is broken. Charlie is confused, but Adam is lucky again. Round 4 is over. Charlie says it's the end. We have to finish, but Max says he will turn on the shadow control mode and Charlie will show what to do. The millionaire is already panicking. We have to fight to the end. Max convinces Charlie to show Adam how to fight. He asks Adam to listen to him, and Max jokes about him talking to the iron. Round 5, the final round. Adam holds the block. Charlie says early. He waits for Zeus to discharge. The whole crowd cheers for Adam, and Bailey, who happens to be in the crowd, also cheers him on and tells Charlie to wait. Zeus suddenly slows down. His power runs out. Adam starts beating on Zeus. Taki Mashido kicks the manager out and turns on manual mode. Max and Bailey have tears rolling down their eyes while Charlie happily handles Zeus. Adam gives a powerful uppercut to Zeus' head. The announcers report that Zeus is down, but Taki Mashido picks Zeus up in the 7th second, and Adam starts beating him right away. Zeus grabs Adam's left hand, but he keeps hitting with his right. Round 5 ends. The judges will decide the outcome of the battle. Bailey is happy for Charlie. After a kiss, she sends him to Adam. The judges have rendered the verdict. Zeus remains the lead champion, and Linkova says that the outcome was a natural. Zeus remained undefeated, and the audience is clearly not happy with her words. The announcer invites Max, who has been dubbed the People's Champion. He rushes over to hug Charlie and he wants to say something to him, but Max understands him without words. They take Adam and go to the middle of the ring to celebrate the moment of glory. All the applause of the audience goes to them. They may have lost the fight, but the audience clearly loved them, not the Zeus lineup. Support the channel by subscribing, like, and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.